Let's go. Let's go for walkies. Come on, Hero.
This is the story of Hero, a dog who went from surviving on the streets to finding a warm and loving home. But the most incredible part? He didn't just find a place to stay, he found a family willing to do anything for him. Hero belonged to a homeless man in California who loved him deeply, but when he realized he could no longer care for him properly, he made the heartbreaking decision to surrender him to a shelter. There, Hero was given a second chance at life and was eventually transported to Canada due to overcrowding at the shelter. Typically, dogs are moved from California to British Columbia, but in Hero's case, little was known about his past. All the shelter could say was that he had been deeply loved, but had to be let go.
Hero, speak. Yes, good boy, good boy.
Working with the homeless in my city, this story hit close to home. When we first met Hero, we took him for a walk to get to know him better. From the moment I saw him, I knew I wanted to bring him home, but I didn't want to pressure my husband. So I simply asked, "Do you think Hero is right for us?" He looked at Hero, then at me, and said, "I think so." At that moment, I could barely contain my excitement because I had already fallen in love with Hero, and it turned out my husband had too. We had both been afraid of influencing each other's decision, but deep down, we knew this dog was already ours. Hero is a unique dog, built like a bag of rocks, muscular and strong, yet covered in extra folds of soft, warm skin that are impossible not to notice. But the most incredible thing? He has a white patch on his back, and a year later, we realized it almost perfectly outlines the shape of the lake near our house.
You having fun, Hero?
Despite his strength, he can't handle too much strain. We take him on walks, but more often than not, he just wants to be home on his blanket. Sometimes he refuses to go outside at all, just standing at the door as if questioning whether he should even leave. We call these his moments of self-absorption. Our neighbors, seeing him frozen in the driveway, often cheer him on. "Come on, Hero, you can do it." And if he's extra stubborn, my husband simply picks him up, carries him to the other end of the street, and sets him down. At that point, Hero sighed as if to say, "Oh well, since we're here." Sometimes we even have to drive him a block away just so he'll agree to a walk. But his true happiness, the couch. Hero loved nothing more than curling up in a blanket, burying himself in its warmth, and just being. If he had his way, he'd never leave it. He's also incredibly smart. Sometimes it even scares me how well he understands me. One day, I came home after a terrible day, sank to the floor, and started crying. Hero walked over, looked at me with those deep, knowing eyes, and then walked away. I thought he just didn't know what to do. But seconds later, he returned, with his mat. Whenever Hero is scared, he lies on that mat. It's his safe place. And at that moment, he realized I needed something to make me feel safe too. Another thing about Hero? He hates conflict. If my husband and I argue, Hero immediately barks at him as if saying, "Hey, don't do that to Mom." If someone's talking loudly on the phone, he paces, circling the room like a true peacekeeper. Hero is an American. Staffordshire Terrier, but there's 10% of something unknown in him. We joke that his magic is in that 10%. We brought him home 6 years ago, and these years have been anything but easy. I lost my father, but through it all, Hero has been my light. He is pure goodness, a true gift of fate. Every night, he curls up in his blanket, and I look at him and say, "I love you. You're the best boy." And he knows. He's always known. If you enjoyed Hero's story, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more heartwarming stories. And if you're thinking about bringing an exotic pet into your home, always consult an expert first, because the key to giving them a happy, healthy life starts with understanding their needs.